Hey everybody, Richie here from RW Hobbies with my latest installment of new kit releases as of February the 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So, before we get started, the usual, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button so you get all my latest updates and get all these new release videos every month as I release them, plus all my build videos every Friday and bench updates. As always, I've gone through the internet and picked up 20 subjects which really caught my eye in the past month, which have been new releases, and I've grouped them into kind of genres. So we'll start this time with the aircraft. So first up we have, which we talked about a month or two ago, was Border Model 35th scale Focke-Wulf 190A6. So now we have some really nice box art there, and again I put a picture of the engine, just see the beautiful detail. So these 35th scale border kits, aircraft kits, really nice. Now bear in mind the 35th, not 32nd scale, because they're tying more of the armor. So the same scale as your armor, your figures. So if you want to do like a diorama or throw this on the back of a truck or something, you're in the same scale now. So great looking kits. I've not built them. I know this is probably the third one now I think they've released in this kind of German World War II kind of series. Next up, something really cool and very different is ResKit's F-111A crew escape module. Now I believe they brought a 48 scale cockpit interior for the Hobby Boss kit, which looks beautiful. So now they've kind of upscaled this. Not quite got to the full aircraft yet. I know a lot of people are looking for a 32nd scale F-111A, but at least you can get the escape crew module. Alright, so this looks familiar box art. It looks very reminiscent of the 32nd scale Tiger, the F5 brought out by Kitty Hawk a few years back before they went out of business. Now this company is called Storm Factory. Never heard of them, but the box art again looks very reminiscent and some of the pictures look very similar. So they're bringing out 32nd scale F5F Tiger 2. Not sure, it seems very tied in with the Kitty Hawk kit, which isn't a bad kit. And if you buy one of the first editions, it doesn't say how many, it says limit, but 0 there. You are getting the extra 3D printed, the resin exhaust nozzles, which I'm sure will be very nice as well. So again, if you're in a 32nd scale aircraft, here's another Tiger coming out. Alright, so Airfix announced, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, whole ton of new releases across the board. Aircraft, easy fit cars, 43rd scale cars, armor. There is a lot of stuff happening at Airfix right now. I'm not going to capture every single one in these 20 slides, but I picked about 4 or 5 which really caught my attention. And the first of which is a Blackburn Buccaneer in 48 scale. Now this is the S2B, which is the RAF version. Last year they brought out the Navy version. A little bit of mixed reviews about the kit. I know it's not absolutely perfect, but if you want a Buccaneer, this is probably really the only way you're going to go. So this is the RAF one again. So you can do the camo, two-tone camo, or maybe like the Desert Pink Gulf War kind of scheme where it was used as like a laser designator pretty much for the tornadoes. Now Hawker Hunter, this is a new version. They brought the 48 scale Hunter out again about 4 or 5 years ago, and I did build it, and it was a really nice kit. So this one's going to be the FGA9, FR10 or GA11 versions, and that beautiful box art of it flying underneath that London Bridge, which I believe actually did happen. A lot of buzz about this one. 48 scale Airfix Fairey Gannet, AS1 or AS4. Just a chunky monkey, right? I don't know how to describe this aircraft. It's very unusual shape. A lot of people are very pumped for this one, and as you can see, it looks nice detail too there. On the lower picture, you can see the internal detail. But again, Airfix, but it looks promising, and I know it's a lot of buzz about this one right now. Here's a classic, so Airfix Classic. So they are releasing some of the old like 60s and 70s kits, and when you look at a box art, if it has that classic kind of symbol on there, they do identify it. Just be cognizant of the fact that this isn't a brand new tall kit. This is basically they're digging it up from the 60s and 70s. Now, this Fairey Rotodyne is a very interesting looking aircraft. So I've highlighted this one because it's very unique, and these were going for quite some money I think on eBay recently. But now obviously they're re-releasing it, and if you want the plane/helicopter guy kind of thing, yeah, again, beautiful box art, and this won't be a Tamiya kit by any means. It'll take some work to get together, but again, it's a very unique subject and something very special once you build it. Bringing out an 80th anniversary gift set of 617 Squadron, basically the Dambusters. You've got the Lancaster Bomber, which is nothing new, and then you got the F-35B. Now the F-35, I believe, is a brand new tool in 72nd scale by Airfix, so it's a brand new kit. I think you'll be able to buy it separately too, but this is the 80th anniversary gift pack, and I think on the website it was around about 50 50 British pounds, should I say, which isn't so bad. You're getting both of them, and I don't think Lancaster Bomber is that bad either. So both 72nd scale anniversary boxing. New tool, and I believe Airfix haven't brought out a 35th scale new tool armor piece in quite some time, if ever. So yeah, this is the Fairey Scout Car Mark II, and this has been around for many years, up until the Gulf War, I believe. And a bit of British armor. So now we're moving to the armor kind of stuff, I guess. Moving on here is border model Nashom, 35th scale, just announced they're going to release. And it comes with 4 figures, so those 4 figures you see in the picture there, and you actually see in the top right of the box art too, you're getting those figures included, which is a nice little touch. Takom, an M1070 gun truck. This is, bear in mind, it's a 72nd scale, so a lot of armor is now being produced in 72nd and 48th scale. The traditional 35th scale, yeah, the people branching out now, which is kind of good news. So especially when you want to do dioramas, so it's a little bit smaller, 72nd scale. It's going to be, but it's a really cool subject, and hopefully the upscale doesn't do it in 35th. I think a Tallery maybe do this in 35th, but yeah, Takom 72nd scale gun truck. All right, this one is making me think like, okay, I need one for my other foot. It looks very much like a shoe, right? But it's Das Works 35th scale. It's a triple SG638. Very interesting looking amphibious kind of motor vehicle. Takom, back to Takom, 16th scale. So that Takom are producing a wide array of kits right now on various scales, and you're getting this is M50A1. And you're getting the figure as well. So most of these little 16 scale like tankettes you're finding Takom are releasing the last couple of years do come with the figures, and they're normally pretty nicely molded, but they do come in a gazillion different parts, and they're obviously plastic, not resin. Now Das Work, again, I'm kind of upsizing these images from a very small little ad I saw, so that's why they're a little bit distorted, the image quality isn't the best, but this is a Stug 3G they're bringing out in 16th scale. Back to 35th scale, Das Works. You see that it's been coming out in March. They're bringing out the SD. I'm not even going to pronounce the German armor, but they're bringing out this guy, and you get all the figures as well with the crew. So all those people in the back, all the soldiers, you get included with the set. So that makes a nice little feature piece, or maybe like a vignette or a diorama. AK models, 35th scale, bringing out Land Rovers, Land Rover 88s. So take your pick. My personal choice, the bottom right, the tow truck with the crane looks pretty awesome and weathered up, look very nicely. I'm trying to read the company name on the side. I can't quite read it, but it's anyway. So that one, the bottom right, is my personal favorite, the 35th scale, and you got a couple of other versions on there too. But that very popular Land Rover 88. And I believe also, I think Airfix in the new releases are bringing out Land Rover, maybe Land Rover Series 2, I think it is, in 43rd scale, which I've not included on this slide deck. Here's an interesting one, nothing to do with James Bond, but the Bond Bug, classic, another classic Airfix, 32nd scale this one is, interesting scale, and this one, again, came out many years ago, probably many years before I was born even, and you can see there on the box art, it has that vintage classic logo, which makes you, if you're in a store and you're looking at stuff or online, that means it's the old kit. So it's an old kit, old sprue, old tooling, but they have redone the clear parts, because I guess the clear parts just weren't up to standard, so they went back to the drawing board, they reproduced them all, so even though it's an old classic kit, it does have newly tooled clear parts. And a very interesting looking car, right? Bell kits, cool looking rally car here, a Hyundai i20, a couple of different versions there, both looking very cool. So into rally cars, Bell kits out of Belgium, believe it or not, yeah, coming out in March 2023. Next up is a Tallery, and they bring out 24 scale VW Golf, and like the police markings here. Yeah, very cool looking. And I believe this is the last one. Model Factory Hero just announced this beautiful car right here. This is Mercedes 300 SLR Coupe, and in 12 scale. Full detail kit. It's going to be white metal, it's going to be resin, it's going to be a nightmare to put together, but it's going to be beautiful when it's finished. And yeah, you won't get much change from, I don't know, $700-800 probably on this one, US dollars. So these aren't cheap, these Model Factory Hero kits. But if you want the ultimate kit, that's going to take you weeks, if not months, if not more months to build, highly detailed parts on a beautiful, stunning car. Here you go. This is the latest release, coming out very soon, I believe. Again, a Mercedes 300 SLR Coupe. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. We've gone through in a fast pace there. We've gone through all 20. Hopefully you found something in there that interests you. And I'll be back in a month with my next update. So thank you as always for watching and supporting, all your subscriptions and likes and thumbs up, everything. Really appreciate it. Have a great Valentine's Day. Have a great week, great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.